I always bring it down to two choices. I just don't know which one is right. And this is a holy grail. If someone cracked this completely, they would walk into IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta. Fine. So again, there's no quick fix for this. Fine. So and very often this is the stumbling block for a number of people. And I'm going to talk about how to go about doing this and what not to do. Fine. What students tend to do is whenever they're reviewing a mock, they say, look, there are these 8 I was worried about. 5 of them went my way, the other 3 went the other way. So I've got 5 out of 8. So TK, this mock went well. And so those 1 and 2 choices, you don't spend time in resolving them. You don't spend time in figuring out these 3 I got wrong. Let me see what the author has, or the guy who has framed the question, what is he bringing to the table? What has he thought of differently? How is that thought process going to help me with my next mock? Do that. Resolve those 1 and 2s when you're seeing the solution. Any solution provider, any mock provider who doesn't drill down to the last 2 and say, in between these 2, this is better because of this, dump them. You cannot keep improving your marks just by taking a lot of marks without reviewing them. So the solution has to say B is better than C because of this. And the more you see that because of this, the more you appreciate, okay, that's what I missed out on. And so keep that in mind. How do I actually resolve 1 and 2s? When it comes to the 2, usually when you're as a mock-CAT provider, I can tell you that we'll have the right answer and we'll have a very close thing planted. We plant that close choice. So I'm going to write down something that is delicious looking, but is not the right answer. When I do that, I will make sure that there is something in that choice that disqualifies it, something I'll exaggerate. The passage will talk about usually this happens, and my choice will say it always happens. Usually to always, from one word to another, I'm making an exaggeration. And on that ground, that choice can be eliminated. It will fit all the boxes, but it will exaggerate something. So look to eliminate. Look at both your choices and say, one of these 2 is wrong because of a technicality. I'm going to find that. I'm going to definitely find that. I'm going to look for that technicality to eliminate a choice. That thinking, flipping the question. Very often, particularly in RC, we go for looking the answer that satisfies the theme. We don't look to say, look, both look to satisfy. Maybe some technicality is missing in one. Let me find that and eliminate that. So flip your thought process, chase after that. That is useful. Resolve your 1 and 2s and look to eliminate. Keep those 2 as a kind of themes. Very often, not very often, but sometimes you think you have brought it down to the last 2 choices, but you're not even in the frame. And that means you're going about reading comprehension completely the wrong way, in which case, read again, read slower, build reading practice, and then go after this. You feel like I'm down to B and C, and then I mark C, the answer turned out to be B. That is all right if the question setter also has brought it down to B and C. If he had thought about B and D, and he sees C is easy to eliminate, then you are not in the zone. So go through the solution to see that. If you're also bringing it down to the same set of last 2 that the question setter has thought of, then you're on the right track. Then if you look to eliminate, he has planted that wrong choice for an idea. So the more you pick that wrong choice and say, look, and now I'm confident it will not be, you'll feel energy in the exam hall because you'll know that you marked the right one for sure. Fine. So resolve it very aggressively and look to eliminate wherever possible.